and welcome to another episode of A Day in the Life of a Virtual Latino. My name is Alexander from Virtual Latino's Customer Success Team, and today we have Alejandro, who is currently working as a patient care representative for one of our clients. So how is everything, Alejandro?
Hello, Alexander. Thank you very much for having me here today. It's amazing, really. I must say, everything is great here, inside and outside of Virtual Latinos. I couldn't be happier, honestly, with how everything has been going on for me in current times here with Virtual Latinos.
I'm glad to hear that. So going by the information you shared with us previously on the form and what we have spoken about previously, I did find a few things that I think everybody watching will find interesting, mainly due to the fact that from what you told us, you mainly have experience in interpreting, in being a patient care representative or agent. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. How does all of that tie in for you? Or is there something in particular that you like about all of these industries?
Yeah, when the whole situation with the virus started, I started looking for jobs that I could do from home, and I found this job as an interpreter. I was an interpreter, like something I could do easily from home, and I was doing that, right? I started as a regular interpreter. I was covering things for a, a telecommerce, like police calls, from medical calls, but from all types of fields, right? But then I was promoted to the medical field primarily. So I started managing calls from the medical field. It could be something simple like a primary care physician calling for a checkup for a patient, or something more complicated like a surgery call, something like that. There, I started developing this consciousness about the importance of working with medicine, with people's health, and it's something that really motivated me, right? Like feeling like me doing a great job was the difference between someone having a great day with their health, with their doctor, and not. That really motivated me to keep pursuing something on that field. So I kept growing on the medical area as an interpreter, then as an agent, and with that experience under my belt, I wanted to keep doing what I was doing for the medical field. So I was looking and looking for job opportunities that adapted to what I was good at, talking to people, receiving calls, making calls, and with something that I was so passionate about, right? Which is people's health, human health. And I found something that was perfect for me through the vast job inscription that I had at Berry Hill, and that's likely where I am today at that job.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. That actually explains a lot, since as you also mentioned previously, you enjoy helping people. I could see some sort of journey as you started helping people with the interpretation. I do have friends that also have worked in that area, and I know that it's a lot of stress due to the delicate matters that you have usually to deal with, and to help people in that regard is also very gratifying from what I know. So I'm glad that you were able to continue on that path up until now, which is where you were able to find another client that also works in that medical field that you were looking forward to working in. I wanted to ask you, what does a typical day in the life of Alejandro as a patient care representative look like?
Yes, of course. So there has been some changes since I joined, but usually what I do is like the title says, I'm a patient representative. I take care of patients. Like where I work, like we receive calls, we receive patient information about patients that are wanting to enlist themselves in our program so that they can receive a particular type of medicine for them to feel better about their daily lives. So what I do is I see every day when I start my shift, first I look into the database from the company. I see all the patients that were trying to book an appointment with the doctor, but maybe they didn't complete the whole thing through, like they didn't follow all the instructions. That happens a lot. Patients that are not tech savvy, patients that are elderly, that they don't follow all these electronic instructions that you need to do to connect with all the steps, right? Because it's like everything is so technology relevant on today's days. Like it's a virtual video appointment where you see your doctor through video, you connect everything online. So sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, or sometimes the patients may have some questions if this is the right thing for them, if this is the right type of medicine for them, how does this work in their particular state. So what I do is I call them, right? I call them and I'm like, hey, for example, Alexander. Hey, Alexander, I noticed that you were booking an appointment with a doctor to see if you can start receiving this type of medicine. And I noticed that you did not finish the booking. Like, is there anything I can do for you? Is there any question that I may ask, that I may answer for you, just for that you can feel more comfortable receiving this type of product, right, of service. So sometimes they are like, yeah, I was not sure, like, is this something that works in my state? And I'm like, all right, where are you from? I'm from California. And I have been like 2 months there already, so I'm memorizing, like I can remember like, oh, California, yes, I remember that one. Yes, this works perfectly fine in California, you can do this or that. But if not, the company, like, it has a really organized data book for every state, so I can, like, all right, give me a second, let me look. California, perfect, yes, this works like this, would you be able to do this? And the patient is like, oh yeah, I can do that, I'm close to that place. Like, we have a conversation, right? We have a friendly conversation. I answer any question that he or she may have regarding to the medicine, particularly how it works in their state, everything. And if he's good to go, we book the appointment together. I ask some quick basic medical questions, medical history. We decide on the time and date of his or her appointment, and then I proceed the payment for the doctor, and then that patient sees the doctor. And something that is really great is that patient, he's like my patient as well. Like, if he has a question about anything, like 1 week, 2 weeks after we already had our booking, he can call me back, and I'm always there for him, right? Like, that's something that was established from the beginning, right? Like, we are here not only to sell and make money and pay our bills, right? Logically, like every other business, but we're also here to help people. So if someone calls me like a month after, I don't get anything from attending that question, where I could be with another patient selling something else. But I always, like, it's my job, it's my duty as someone that is taking care of his patients, to always answer the phone, to ask, to reply, to answer any question he or she may have. And well, after that, he or she sees the doctor through the virtual appointment, and they're set to receive their medicine in their state. And that's like 95% of what I do. That's basically like my whole thing, that with 50 to 80 patients per day, and then we're set.
Okay, it sounds like a very interesting work that you're doing, calling those patients that are looking for information and being able to help them to find that in regards to what they were looking for, and maybe when they're not sure, helping them be sure that is the path that they want to take. So thank you for sharing that. Would you say that there's anything in particular, anything that you do during the day that is the most enjoyable or that you like the most?
Well, part of my script, like, I have a lot of freedom to just talk to the patients in a friendly manner, but I do have like some guidelines, right? For example, at the end, I'm like, thank you for choosing us. Is there anything more? Do you have any other question for me at the moment before hanging up? And something that is really gratifying for me is when they are like, no, I don't have any questions. You were really clear. Thank you very much. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish that. Like, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but when I feel their gratitude, right? When they're like, thank you, you made this so much easier for me. We are done. It's been like a 5-minute call and we are already done. You took care of everything. Like, it's really gratifying feeling and thinking that I was the difference between them not finishing the booking and not receiving their medicine, and them finishing the booking, talking to the doctor, and receiving the medicine, right? Like, me doing my job, me doing a good job is the difference that makes a healthier lifestyle for people, for elderly, people that are younger than me, people that are veterans, all ages, genders, everything. knowing that I'm making a difference, it's the best part. And that's actually why I focus on the medical field, right? Because knowing that I'm actually making a difference for people's lives, health style,
Mhm.
their health, their lifestyle, everything, it's like the best part of the job, for sure.
Awesome. That is actually great to know. I do know that a lot of people do feel that satisfaction once you have done a good job, and the fact of the matter is that without you there, they probably wouldn't have completed the process. They probably would have kept those questions and probably would not have had that difference in their lives that you and the company of your client are doing for them. So that's also great. That also means that you're probably doing something right since they were able to finish everything and they were so grateful to you at the end. So thank you for sharing that story. So I wanted to also ask you, let's say, just one more question. Would you say that working at Virtual Latinos has helped you change anything in your life?
You have no idea. Definitely, definitely. Like when I started working at Virtual Latinos, I was living with my mom and my brother, my grandmother. Like I was living with too many people. I wasn't able to work correctly, right? Because every time I had a meeting, I had my grandmother passing right behind me because I didn't have a room for my own. So it was like a pretty harsh environment for me to work in the way that I was expected to work. But then with Virtual Latinos, I was able to get more experience, more confidence, and I was able to get the necessary tools for me to actually move out. Right now, I'm living on my own, and because I'm living on my own, I have a quieter place. I can
Mhm.
focus more. I was able to get some better equipment for me to work better. Like I was able to get, for example, a second screen for my laptop, something that I never thought I would get. But now when I'm calling my patients, I have all my notes, all the states notes
Mm.
on the second screen, so I don't have to be like, hey, one moment please, let me check this. No, I have everything here. So like it reflects on my efficiency, right? And I was able to get all of this to get better because virtual gave me the opportunity. Virtual Latinos gave me the opportunity to do that, not only being able to live on my own, to have a better place, just the overall scope of things, right? So I think that saying that virtual really gave me the push for me to be better suited in life, think that's not making it justice, right? I feel like Virtual Latinos was definitely a life changer for me. And that's also why I'm so eager to do better, right? To put Virtual Latinos in a pedestal, right? Because if you are not feeling comfortable, if you're feeling that the company you're working with is not good for you, then that reflects on your job, right? But when you remember how good this company is doing for you, like how you are getting better in every aspect of your life because of this, it motivates, right? Like
Mhm.
the my previous client, he was really happy with me. He only had positive things for me, and I know that if he needs someone in the future, if not me, he's going to be more than happy to come back with Virtual Latinos because we had a really great experience. Same thing here, right? I'm doing great with my new client. We're doing great. We have a really good relationship. We talk, we have fun. So it's like he knows that if in the future he needs more people, he knows that Virtual Latinos is going to deliver people because I'm trying my best every day to leave Virtual Latinos on a good spot. So, uh, yes, to answer your question, yes, definitely it's been a game changer for me.
Okay, awesome. That is great to know. I'm glad that we have been able to take this part of your life. As you know, it's not really that we just gave you the opportunity, but you also took it. So it's always great to know that we've been able to help you, that you have been able to push yourself into finding these opportunities for yourself, and that you have been able to use them to better your lifestyle. So thank you for letting us be part of that, of your success, as I mentioned. And well, thank you once again for coming in today for this interview, for sharing all of your thoughts in regards to everything. And well, thanks to everybody who watched. Thank you for your time. Remember to like and subscribe so you can receive any notifications for the new episodes of Alive in Day in the Life of a Virtual Latino. This was Alejandro and Alexander. I hope you have a nice rest of the day. See you in the next one.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much, Alexander, for having me today.
Thank you as well. Bye-bye.